The first domino falls, leading to the Optic God Squad. Let's talk about it. Yo, what's up, guys? This is Why Not Be Reckless, aka Why Not Be Cast, and one of the HCS commentators, analysts, and grassroots content creators. And we have another HCS report where today we're talking all about Optic Gaming and the new rivalry between the two potential God Squads going into the 2025 season. In case you didn't see what happened just yesterday or 2 or 3 days ago, depending on when you're watching this, but Optic officially have released Lucid, Trippy, and Dead Zone, or at least announced the separation of them. There's been rumors that the contracts have expired and they're simply just not being picked back up. But two world champions, Lucid, Trippy, and Dead Zone, we thank you for everything you've done for representing Optic in the best way. Best of luck, says Optic Gaming to Lucid, Trippy, and Dead Zone. And in case you guys haven't been keeping up with the roster rumors, there is a rumor that Formal, or as Dead Zone so affectionately called them, Hurricane Piper, is creating a new God Squad on that Optic Gaming roster. And the rumor is supposed to be Formal, Renegade, Legend, and Bound. It's the first time you're hearing this. You should probably watch some of the videos that came out beforehand, because you're probably not even believing me, but there was a lot that led up to the situation. But that is supposed to be the new God Squad for this Optic Gaming roster, and it's led us to another roster where Lucid potentially joins Eco and Stellar along with Snakebite, and creates probably one of the greatest rivalries that we're probably ever had in the HCS. Like, when I'm talking about like two teams that will be at the top of their game, at the peak of competition, and then also having a little bit of bad blood to go along with it, I think that rivalry would be absolutely insane. One thing that I feel like Halo competitive has really been missing is that like real rivalry where you just have two teams that maybe don't like each other a little bit. And I think that if this new Optic and potentially this new SSG roster are real, it really can be it, because you got the Lucid versus Formal, which right after that 2024 Worlds, like literally right after that, Formal was pretty vocal with, you know, his frustration with the year that happened, and kind of threw his teammates under the bus a couple of times and talked about what that did to him, like mentally, like just second places over and over again for somebody who's driven as much as he is to be successful to win. And especially talking about, he also kind of mentioned, like, you know, being at what could be the tail end of his competitive career in any esport. And he really opened up that he just wants to stack wins, and to get that close yet so far away was upsetting to him. But kind of like I said, threw his teammates under the bus a couple of times, and you know Lucid is not going to be happy about that. We've heard him kind of mention it on stream. We've heard all of them mention it, where they didn't like some of the words that came out there, you know, whether it was him, you know, talk about the hard carried situation, or just in general talking about the year that it had happened, especially with how soon after Worlds. So Lucid versus Formal, that right there is it. That's already. And then on top of that, you have Eco and Stellar, who could be left by Legend and Bound to join that Optic God Squad. And look at this the way you want to. I might be reaching here, but let me know in the comments down below, if you're watching this on the YouTube, what you guys think of this situation. If you go to Stellar's stream and you type in !team, it says Stellar, Eco, Fake, and Fake, which could be referring to fake intel. Could be kind of like a question mark situation, but what I took it as is that Stellar and Eco know that Legend and Bound could be going to that Optic Gaming roster, and maybe is a bit upset about that, maybe a little bit salty, and maybe is calling his teammates, or former teammates, I guess soon to be, fake. Like I said, I don't know. I definitely could be reaching a little bit hard with that one, but I still will say, no matter what, Stellar and Eco going up against Legend and Bound after the year that they had and immediately separating, dude, that right there, That's going to be must-see TV. I promise you that. But again, we're talking, you know, we're talking in, for the most part, rumors, unofficial stuff. What is official is Lucid, Trippy, and Dead Zone are no longer representing that Optic banner, and it is going to lead to more coming within the next few weeks, I would imagine. Also want to say, first of all, handsome as hell. Good God, that's a good looking man right there. Good God. Also want to say that not just 3 out of the 4 players, but also what really was surprising to me is the coach. Lunchbox, known as one of the best to do it, also separating with Optic Gaming. And I wonder what this means for Lunchbox. He's damn good. He can coach the hell out of any team if he really wants to. So does he go to coaching? Is it a situation where maybe he feels like it's time for him to retire, maybe pursue content or something and goes a different direction? Did he get that ultimate itch after competing with Roy back at that Halo 2 LAN? He said, you know what, I still got it. Screw coaching, toss the freaking clipboard like I tossed the papers back in Raleigh. And he picks up the controller. What does this mean for Lunchbox's future? I'll be honest with you, I have no idea. What I do know is, once again, very similar to Lucid, Trippy, and Dead Zone, Lunchbox will not be representing that Optic banner. And Hurricane Piper, as Dead Zone called them, it hit hard, and it left carnage along the way, and kind of led a lot of people to kind of theory craft on who could be the next coach, you know. And a lot of people immediately said Elamite to Optic. Immediately, everybody, Elamite, like immediately have Elamite going to Optic Gaming and coaching. And I thought maybe it could have been true, but now stay with me now again, because we're going to be reaching a little bit here. After the announcement of Lucid, Trippy, Dead Zone being dropped from Optic, Bound puts out the Green Goblin GIF, GIF, whatever you want to call it. Bound puts out the Green Goblin, and referring to maybe him putting on the Green Goblin mask and going to Optic or the Green Goblin. By the way, I love this. Elamite responds with a quote tweet saying, Elamite, if lunch got dropped, you better be coming over, bucko. Otherwise, I'm gonna cry. And Elamite quote tweets it with the shot to the Green Goblin. So is this trying to say that Elamite is he's not going to Optic Gaming. He's Spider-Man in this situation. He's going against the Green Goblin. I don't know. I could be reaching on that one. I also want to say that one of SSG's employees, Pookie, said, I would call Elamite a shitter every time I saw him if Elamite was to leave and go to Optic Gaming. And if that's the case, if he knew that he was gonna go, why would he put that out there? I think he's joking about it because he knows it's not true. And then on top of that, Elamite itself puts out the Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not freaking leaving. If like this, to me, is all signs leading to Elamite is not freaking leaving and staying with Space Station Gaming, and there's going to be somebody different that's going to be behind the clipboard of that Optic God Squad. And so this is my thought process. Number one, why couldn't it be Maniac? Everybody keeps calling me crazy because I keep saying that it's Maniac. First of all, a team with Legend, Bound, Formal, and Renegade doesn't even need a coach. Who's gonna coach them? Formal's gonna coach them. Go attack, I'll sit behind you. That's it. That's the coaching. Okay, so you bring in somebody who has a great relationship to Formal and has amazing vibes, and you have Maniac. But everybody says I'm crazy, so that's not gonna happen. I'm just saying though. And plus, I think Maniac's already signed with Optic. You save some money. How much does this God Squad cost you? Get Maniac in there. But everybody says I'm crazy. So realistically speaking, I'm sorry, I'm just a fan of Mate. I think he's hilarious. I used to watch his streams all the time and whatnot when he's playing Halo. He's absolutely hilarious. But what the rumors are on the Reddit and the Twitch chats, they've been talking about Tusk going back to coaching instead of playing, which is crazy to me because Tusk is an amazing player. He's incredible. Great mind for the game, a great shot. Like, if he wants to be a pro player, there's a place for him in the league. But he showed that he already can be a great coach when he coached Renegade and the crew back at that phase roster on, I believe it was like late season 1. I'm pretty sure it was late season 1. And I'm just saying, if you had the choice of being a pro player for X, Y, and Z org, or being the coach of Optic, and you wanted to pursue content, dude, that Optic juice, bro, right into the veins. It's real, bro. And I'll be honest, if I was in a situation like Tusk could be in, where he would have the choice of competing as a player or coaching Optic Gaming, one of the biggest orgs in esports, that would be a really tough decision for me. Would it be a tough decision for you? Guys, that is your HCS report. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about everything that we discussed today. Am I an absolute lunatic with some of the theories that I had? How do you feel about who's going to be the coach? If you were Tusk, would you want to coach an Optic roster or be a pro for another roster? Let me know in the comments down below. And until next time, which is going to be very soon, we'll have another HS report for you. Peace. Oh yeah, and buy the merch. Buy the freaking merch right now. What are you waiting for? The hell?